What's up guys, Tank from Team Reaper Actual here, and today I have an upgrade guide for your Tokyo Marui 416. I'll be showcasing my teammate's 416 Devru Custom with what parts I put inside of it, as well as the alternative brands you can use. This video will include information on how to increase your range and accuracy, durability, and overall performance of your gun. I will list all the parts as well as the alternative parts in the description below. I will also try and answer any questions regarding parts and upgrades as much as possible in the comment section. So we're going to get started from the front of the gun and move our way to the rear. First we have the inner barrel. The stock inner barrel is 275 millimeters in length. I'm not sure what the bore size is, but my Recoil Shock Scar stock barrel is a 6.08, so it might be the same. We upgraded the barrel with a Prometheus 6.03 275.5mm inner barrel. Upgrading to a tight bore barrel gave us about a 5 FPS boost. We then had the barrel R-hopped by Reddit user Sherlock, who does professional installations. We shipped the whole barrel assembly including the hop-up chamber to him, he did all the modifications and sent it back. This is the first gun I've ever shot with an R-hop installed, and I can say that the range and accuracy improvement is noticeable over my Marui Scar H that still uses the stock barrel and bucking. Marui inner barrels are still amazing, so I would not replace the barrel unless you're going to use PDI, Edgy, or Prometheus. Don't put cheap crap in there. Moving along, we replaced the standard 416 rail with the GAW 416 SMR Geisley rail. This was before the 416 Delta Custom came out. This is however a cosmetic upgrade, but it does reduce the front end weight considerably. Moving down to the hop-up chamber, it's proprietary and works perfectly fine, so we left it stock. Lonex makes a metal hop-up unit, but I have no information on if it's actually any better. For the hop-up bucking, we're using the stock TM bucking that's been modified for R-hop. Other high-quality buckings I would recommend are the Prometheus Purple and the Firefly bucking. Next we move to the heart of the gun, the gearbox. The Recoil Shock uses the new version 2 gearbox, so most parts will not be compatible with the classic version 2. First, let's talk about the bushings. All Recoil Shocks come stock with 5.9mm plastic bushings. Disgusting. Magic Box and Lonex make metal 5.9mm bushings, but 6mm bushings can be used as well, but require you to sand down the holes on the gearbox a tiny bit. We used Orga 6mm bushings in the 416. The two best websites that carry Tokyo Marui Recoil Shock parts is Brill Armory if you live in the US, and Eagle 6 if you live across the pond. Eagle 6 does carry a massive selection of parts, including genuine original stock parts as well. For the gear set, we used ZCI 18:1 gears from Brill Armory. This is an affordable durability upgrade from the stock gears. If you want to go further, you could get the Prometheus 18:1 gear set that is higher quality for the $90 price tag. If you want to go to the extreme, you could get the Siege Tech gear set for $135. Next on the list is the proprietary air nozzle. The stock TM air nozzle doesn't have any internal O-ring for air seal and is made of plastic. We upgraded to the Magic Box aluminum air nozzle with an integrated O-ring for better air seal. The M4, 416, and Scar all share the same air nozzle, so if your box says for M4, it will still work. Alternative options are of course Prometheus, Lonex, and SHS. Moving on to the cylinder head. The cylinder head is proprietary to the next-gen gearbox. We use the Lonex double O-ring cylinder head. An alternative part is the Prometheus cylinder head. The cylinder, however, is not proprietary, and we left ours stock. The only reason for changing out your cylinder is if you change your barrel length. Next we have the piston. The piston is also proprietary to the Recoil Shock. Not all Recoil Shocks use the same piston, however. Only pistons labeled for 416s or M4s will work for your gun. We installed the Magic Box piston into the 416 because it was budget friendly. Your other option is the Prometheus piston. Following up we have the piston head, and you guessed it, proprietary. We left our stock, but your upgrade options are Prometheus, SHS, and Magic Box. Moving on to the spring. The next-gen gearbox is shorter than the classic version 2, therefore also uses a special, shorter spring. Eagle 6 makes these special springs, and Brill Armory carries them as well. I would not recommend putting in a regular spring into your recoil shock since it might be too strong and might crack your gearbox shell. We either put in the M90 or M100 spring in the gun, we can't really remember, but it shot at 360 FPS. We also put in one of these GAW Spring Spacers to boost the FPS to 380. Up next we have the spring guide. The stock spring guide is plastic. We upgraded to the Magic Box metal spring guide that also has ball bearings. Your alternatives are the Prometheus spring guide and the Lonex, which all have ball bearings. One of the best upgrades we did to this gun was installing the BTC Specter MOSFET. This is a programmable electronic trigger that allows you to boost your performance like nothing else. Its best feature is allowing for you to fire on semi-auto rapidly without having the gearbox lock up, giving you PTW-like response time. The more widely available alternative to the BTC Specter is the Gate Titan trigger for next generation recoil shocks that are available at evike.com. Finally, we're done with the gearbox. Let's move on to the motor. If you installed a stronger spring, the stock EG1000 motor isn't going to cut it anymore. You need to upgrade to a high torque motor for better trigger response. We installed and recommend using the ASG Infinity Motors for the aluminum end bells for heat resistance and the overall build quality. Lastly, towards the back of the gun, we got rid of the proprietary battery system and soldered on normal Dean's connector plug for use with regular batteries. We use a 7.4 stick-type LiPo that fits into the crane stock nicely. Paired with the electronic trigger, a 7.4 LiPo provides sufficient semi-auto performance and would only recommend using a 11.1 for a more stressful build or for those who do not have an electronic trigger installed. Well, that about covers everything to fully upgrade your Recoil Shock 416. This was a semi-budget build, so if you want the absolute best parts in your gun, just stick with Prometheus and everything you put inside. Following this guide, you will have an amazing recoil shock build that will be putting out over 380 FPS with durable internal parts and a trigger response that will outperform most guns on the airsoft field while also enjoying the added sensation of recoil. We are also offering recoil shock tech services to those who want a high performance gun without the hassle of learning how to take everything apart. If you have a recoil shock you would like to upgrade, contact us on our Facebook page for more details on our services. This concludes our video on how to completely upgrade your Tokyo Marui Recoil Shock 416. If you have any further questions, leave them in the comment section below and I'll do my best to answer all of your questions. Please like and subscribe for more airsoft content. Thank you guys for watching and we'll see you in the next one.